Right, let's get this wine-bagging on the road, as Sam would say. Wine-bagging! Right, Coach Helen for Ufit Studio. Now, the title of this was Eat What You Want. And I'm going to kind of just go over some of that clarity on eat what you want. Eat what you want to lose weight. Yes and no. Now, if you are a Ufit member, you lucky souls, you might or might not have caught Sam's nutritional seminar last Wednesday night, which was it was weighty. It was over an hour, but tell you what, some of the stuff in there was dynamite. To be fair, a lot of people contacted me since. A lot of our clients going, "Whoa, I learned something new." Yes, a lot of people learned something new. And in there, actually, did touch on some of the things I'm going to talk about today. Not in any depth as he did, because I don't have an hour and 20 minutes. He did, hour and 18, I think it was. So if you're a member and you want to learn something new, yeah, right, bangers, get in there. Now, when we talk about food, there's often, with relatively new clients, there's often that premises of either someone's on or off a diet permanently, pretty much. I don't know if you've ever been that person or people's, where it's either I'm on a diet or I'm off. I'm eating good or I'm not. It's a very black and white thing. I'm not going to be eating cake or I am, pretty much, right? Putting it as blunt as humanly possible. Someone be like, right, I'm not eating anything, or it's Christmas or Easter, etc. There's a very on and off mentality, and that seems to be like a permanent state of affairs, and that can be exhausting and frustrating, right? Because it's a constant game of, yes, I'm going to start dieting, and no, I'm not, I've stopped again. And I've certainly seen it a lot with clients and in my own life previously, where you kind of like, it's almost like a conversation starter. How's the diet going? Oh yeah, I'm off it again. Oh yeah, just while eating something, right? What is a more approachable way of looking at losing weight and food, etc., is more flexible approach. Now, for argument's sake, I'm going to use the 80-20 rule. Firstly, because it's the maths I can manage. If we know that, make maths simple for Helen, that's good, as simple as possible. Helen does not do maths well. So we'd use the 80-20 rule. So that means is 80% of the time you are looking at food to making healthier choices, more whole food, right, for reasons that Sam discussed, right? So more whole food, excuse me, whole food choices, right? Now, again, Sam went in depth on that bad boy. For that 80%, the reason, because somebody say, right, why can't I just eat? If I know my calories, why can't I just eat whatever I want? So if I know I can eat 1,200 of calories, why can't I just eat 1,200 calories and still lose weight, right? That's the same thing. Ooh, no. So, lots of people would say, okay, calories a calorie, and I would disagree to a point, although it's taken me some time to get there, because Sam and I have had discussions about this. So whole food will be processed and dealt with differently by your body. Essentially, you will use almost more calories to digest and burn through more whole foods than you would more processed foods, putting it very simply again, without using too much terminology. And therefore, where possible, when you're looking at those whole food choices, you want them to be that. So just to confirm what I mean by whole food, that's as much as possible from natural sources, shall we say. So protein that comes from either beans or legumes or from an animal product, and then you're looking at say a non-processed nut butter over a processed one, or you're looking at, hey Nazreen, you're looking at less processed oils, so looking at extra virgin olive oils over sunflower oils, etc. So as much as possible, you're kind of veering towards food that is not as processed, right? Now the 20%, okay, the 20% can be processed. So 20% of the food is food that you would enjoy, that you would have right, that you would have if you were not on a diet within reason, right? Okay, that doesn't mean you eat a tub of ice cream. Helen said 20%. I only eat 20% of my calories in ice cream. I will get into the maths because I had to pre-do the maths, because we said how bad my maths is. So it's about not seeing food as good or bad, or being on a diet and being off a diet. It's about understanding that 80% of your food would be whole, unprocessed food as much as possible, and the 20% would be the food that you'd love to have on a naughty day within reason and not like catastrophically. Oh, that's a big word. I don't know if that's a real word. I've said it, so it is. So why do we as Ufit, why do we approach things in that way? Why don't we kind of go like, well, this is it, to get a result? Because we don't really want to support the idea it's good for food versus bad food to begin with. It's all food at the end of the day. Yes, it's all calories. However, we want to maintain as much around your lifestyle as you already have. One of the biggest, there's so many. One of the things I'd say to any new client, or even if you're not a client and you're thinking about losing weight, often it will start with, and this is why it goes on and off from dieting, a complete overhaul of your existing diet. A complete overhaul, right? It won't just be like, I'm going to eat one less portion of carbs a day. It'll be, I'm having no carbs for the next 4 days, and I'm not having any treats for the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, right? And I'm going to I don't know, have lemon water every morning and things like that, that you're not doing anything like that before. So it's like taking your existing diet as it was and then just flipping it, going, well, I'm going to change this entirely, make it something completely brand new, because that's what I need to do to lose weight. Because clearly, if I'm not losing weight with what I'm eating right now, there's something wrong with what I'm eating right now. I need to completely change it. Now, the reality is, and this is why we're, so successful with clients, sound of blowing me in trumpet, someone has to do it. The reason why we're so successful as clients is because we'll look at the existing food and adapt that so that they can lose weight without having to completely change their existing diet. A lot of the things, and I just for work purposes, I'll be going through a lot of the Ufit reviews on Trustpilot, Google, Facebook, and there's some consistent words that come out or phrases, and they're not. I'm going back years. I'm trawling for all of these at the minute. So some of them in the last couple of weeks, some of them are like 7 years old, some of these reviews. And there's still the same patterns of themes of what people feed back. Things like not restrictive. So not restrictive, fits in with me, is unique to my lifestyle, consistent, manageable, lifestyle change, right? So when we think of those words and we look at, and maybe you can layer this with when you've done dieting before, those words don't usually come attached to dieting because they're not, people don't see dieting for life or changing their nutrition for life. They see it as generally speaking, as a short-term quick hit to get to a goal. And that means I've got to change everything that exists to get there. So when they can't kind of start working with us and we say, well, let's go with the 80-20 rule. So actually look at what you're eating right now, make some changes, not say you can't have this, you can't have that. If you're eating, and this is the thing, most people, I'm going to be honest, most people aren't eating pizza 3 times a day as the extreme, right? Or KFC every day, right? They are actually eating quite decent whole food on the whole, right? It's just knowing how much of it is right for them, right? Or for you to continuously lose weight. That doesn't mean anything you're eating right now, there's anything wrong with it. It's just how much you're having of it. And having that guidance and support to understand what can be in that 80%, right, that you already have, that could help you lose weight without having to change everything on a massive basis. So, here's where we do maths. Helen does maths. I could do a live on that. Helen does maths. Oh God, I'd be like hell. That would be my actual personal hell. If I have a nightmare tonight, it would be on a Facebook Live or Instagram, having a maths test live. Oh God, I feel sweating. I've got instant sweat. So let's do some examples. Let's do an example of 1,400 calories. So 1,400 calories would be the 80%, quick maths, 80% of that would be 1,120 calories. So 1,120 calories would be whole food, unprocessed, and 20% would be 280 calories, right? 280 calories. What's that? That's, I don't know. If I go back to one of our lives, that would be one slice of toast with a bit of Nutella on, like 20 grams of Nutella as well. Not a smear, a decent amount of Nutella without going crazy. 280 Might be a small size chocolate bar, nothing insane, right? That's got a nice 280 or 200 odd, right? It might be that you have a little bit extra. By the way, you might have a little bit extra of food that is a little bit more processed. 280, not much at all. Let's go up a speed, because I did another example, of course, have more than one. So 1,900 calories, 80% of that would be 1,500. So that's more like a male probably portion. So 1,500 calories of as little processed as possible, and then 380 of processed food. So for a male, that's probably like a chocolate bar and a bit, right? Or some bagel that's been processed to death, right, with loads of Ronsil on it and stuff like that. So that gives you a context. If someone's going to say calories, 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 but what I want to make clear is that if I said to somebody, yes, for you to lose weight, it's roughly around 1,400 calories, and they're eating 1,400 calories of processed food, highly processed food, like a KFC every day, right, arguably it is actually within just one, they couldn't have anything else all day, just one KFC meal every day. We've all seen Supersize Me and what happened to that guy, but would you lose weight? No, because again, it's getting the 80-20 split. So when somebody says just eat whatever I want, as long as I eat up to my calories, this is the main title of this live. When somebody says I'm eating up to my calories and that's what I'm allowed, and I'm like, yeah, well, what are you eating? You can't eat whatever you want to those calories and lose weight. It's got to be 80-20 split. And making that 80% as nutritional as possible is really important, because firstly, it'll make you look and feel better, right, generally speaking, because nutritionally it have everything you need for you to look and feel better, to firstly go to the toilet every day, which everyone really loves. You know, if you've not been for 2 or 3 days, you know how uncomfortable that is, right? So everything to be in place. It generally speaking curbs binge behavior also, to have that 20% as well, by the way. So allowing the 20% deals with the on-off process, like I'm on a diet or I'm off a diet. Well, actually, think about it. 20% is playtime, right? You can always take that over meals, right, and say, well, 20% of my meals can be whatever it is, but, you know, cheat meals again, dodgy, right? So that 20% helps you with your binge behavior. It helps you, let's get real, no one had to use this terminology for a while, but I'm going to, socializing, right? Because if you've been in a situation where you're dieting, if you are dieting or have been dieting, you will know that sometimes you'll end up saying no to socializing, or limiting your kind of like fun time in socializing, which is never good, right? It's kind of like you feel a bit miserable, and it always combines to that on-off behavior, on-off. So it leaves you feeling sometimes deprived in those social situations, or that, you know, you're watching everybody else have a good time and now I can't, I'm on a diet. Oh, painfully dying inside. Well, actually, that 20%, if you're going for 80% whole food, join in, right? This is the thing, and this isn't on a topic live, but kind of makes sense that I've heard this a lot, and I think this will become more evident as people start to go out and eating in groups again. Is that there's always get their feedback. Oh, I don't know how. Certainly with some of our clients, you're having a dessert, and you're okay having dessert. That you're right to have dessert. But you're losing weight, aren't you? And our clients are like, yes, I'm having dessert, because I'm on my 20%, right? Whereas they're like, I can't even look at that and I'll put weight on. And you know, looks can be deceiving, right? That's just one meal. The 80% of the time, if someone's looking after their food, of course they can have a 20% and have that dessert. And so it's restricted. Yeah. So again, sorry, I went around off tap there. So it's less restrictive, right? So that 20% gives you that less on and off again, and supports I'm off a diet because I really just want to eat cake. Well, actually have the cake in 20% and everyone is a winner, right? Okay, so recap for y'all, okay? Some people always permanently feel they're on a diet or off a diet, okay? Because they'll lose track of what percentage of their food is whole food, less processed, ability to digest. Again, if you remember, please, if you've got an hour and 20 minutes free, watch the nutritional seminar that Sam posted last Wednesday night. It's a banger. You will learn something. You will definitely learn something you never knew before. However, right, it's not a free for all to have X amount of calories so I can eat all their food up to their calories. No, you've got to understand your 80-20 split, what that looks like for you, how you can adapt your existing food without having to overhaul everything to say I'm on a diet, which means I can't eat anything at all. You know, not true at all. You can. It's about understanding what that split is and is right for you, Understand the 20% is there for a reason. Don't take that 20% out to overhaul your diet to lose weight, because there's a question I have to ask you, generally speaking. If you are someone who doesn't work with us or hasn't worked with us, and you've been dieting on and off and it hasn't worked, right? The key is there, because you've always probably tried to overhaul your entire diet into just lemon water and no carbs, and actually it's not about that. It's about probably keeping a lot of the existing food you already have and just making a few tweaks in here and adding a few bits in. Woo! Oh, more food? Yeah, interesting, right? But knowing your 80-20. Okay, so that is today's, oh my god, it's Thursday tomorrow already, and that's this is good. Health is an investment. Oh, might get passionate about this one. Now again, just for those watching, if you are a member, Sam is doing a Ramadan live tonight at 7:30. I don't know what, so it's like 7:15 or 7:30. Between the hours of 7:15 and 7:30, Sam will do a Ramadan special tonight for members. So if you are going to be fasting this year, I know we've got a couple of Instagram who are, then please head over that tonight so you're all set up for next week. So we've got you covered. In the meantime, have a lovely evening, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.